stuff.
Hello and welcome to StarLadder Finals, StarLadder Season 4 offline finals, live from the Kiev Cyber Arena. Unfortunately, we are just stuck in the comfort of our homes, but that doesn't matter. And I say we because I will not be casting this match by myself. I will be joined by the captain of No Tidehunter, by EternalEnvy. Welcome. Thank you also.
Hello. I'm pretty damn excited about this tournament. I think the 4 teams in this tournament are really good.
I agree. And before we go on, as people can see, I have done something with the overlay. I have on both sides the information I got, by the way, from Ghost2Gamers, that you also can find out on ghost2gamers.net/Dota2. It is the names of the players, their signature heroes from the last couple of weeks/months. So not some of the old signature heroes, but newish signature heroes are listed there. So I'm hoping that will be a nice addition to the overlays. Anyway, so yeah, it's basically the 4 best teams out there right now in Europe.
Okay.
Adding to that, well,
I think my team would be in the top 5 as well, and it's really hard to say how to place the teams within the top 5.
Well, according to the rankings for StarLadder, that is, these are the 4 top teams. No, that's I mean, you're right. I mean, this is a tournament that is running for a very long time, and at the start of StarLadder Season 4, I'd say you were not in as good of a shape as you are right now, for example. And I think that a lot of other teams changed as well. Like, for example, Na'Vi is listed as #1 in the StarLadder rankings. Well, right now, I would not list them #1 anymore, personally.
It's hard to base everything. Like, if you base everything off StarLadder, then sure, these teams are definitely top 4. My team wouldn't be in the top 4 because we're not there. But I mean, if you're to base off every tournament, I think. Well, you did say European, but I don't know. I wouldn't count down EG, Dignitas, or Liquid.
That's so true. That's very true. They of course had they didn't even have a chance to participate in this tournament, as they would not have been able to come to Kiev in the first place.
And also, like, my team lost to Illuminate, Mouse Sports and stuff. We beat Empire and Na'Vi, and in StarLadder, and we lost to Fnatic VP. I think we lost to VP. Yeah, I think we lost to VP.
Yeah, I think so too.
But I want to mention Notail and Era switched their seating arrangement. It's pretty important, I think, because Notail is really loud. I was watching them at 4, and when Notail said smoke, he actually had to type it because he was worried that the opponent might hear him. So now him and Era switched, so Notail is no longer at the edge.
I actually I heard it was Fogged, I think, that told me that at some point during DreamHack he was sitting next to Fnatic when they were playing them, and he actually heard someone shout, "Let's smoke up and go Roshan!" And
yeah,
they were actually doing that instantly, even though at that point Dignitas couldn't do anything about it. But yeah, that was, people heard that.
Yeah, you sometimes can hear people talk. I think in StarLadder they're pretty separated. Like there's at least a few meters between them.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
that's
true.
gonna be a problem. Also, there's a crowd.
There's a crowd, and the caster is over the speakers. So I think, well, he is pretty loud. I mean, it's Villa, he is a pretty loud caster. Let's just put it that way. The only difference is, it's a Russian caster. Na'Vi is able to understand what he says. Fnatic is not. Do you think that will have an impact?
Oh, that's actually a pretty big deal. I thought that like, usually I think Na'Vi would have the advantage if they can both hear, because they're used to this scenario, whereas I'm not sure if Fnatic is used to this scenario where they can hear the casters, because they were like the top team in Han, and they played in many lands. I'm not sure how they ran those tournaments, but the fact that they can hear but it doesn't do anything to them, it's gonna be good for them. It's like when I hear Swedish in my scrims, I can completely ignore it, which is, I think, good. Like, the casters usually don't say anything that's useful anyway, and some of the stuff they say may annoy you. So
That's true. And so you're thinking it's a good thing for Fnatic that they cannot understand the casters. And for Navi, I mean, to be
I don't
fair,
think it
you said
matters
it
for
already.
Navi.
They're used to it by now.
Yeah, yeah.
But you're right. It will. Yeah, it's easy to cancel out a language that you don't understand. Let's take a look at the draft real quick because of course we have had the change of 6.77 going through. We have the Darkseer, Bounty Hunter still being banned out, with the Templar Assassin and the Shadow Demon also being banned out, and Magnus still made it through the draft with the Bat Rider and Undying. I have to say, Fnatic's lineup looks really strong with Navi, Queen of Pain, Wisp, Nyx Assassin. We have seen Wisp, Nyx Assassin before. I've actually seen it yesterday in the hands of Navi. But it
Um,
looks good, but if I look at Fnatic's lineup, I'm looking at heroes that are normally banned out.
I think I'm not sure where they're gonna put the Magnus. I think I like Fnatic's heroes a lot more because I think Navi is going to save trialing. You maybe with their Wisp and Nubian Assassin because aggressive trialing with Wisp Nubian generally isn't that good, but they might do it anyway just to trick Fnatic. But Fnatic has Undying, so if they aggressive trialing, they're probably gonna win that lane. Whatever lane the Bad Rider's in is probably gonna do pretty good in that lane. The thing is though, if they put the Magnus mid against the Queen of Pain with the nerf on the Skur range, I'm not too sure how Magnus gonna do. Magnus already gets owned by Queen of Pain pre-patch, and if you can't escape with the Skur, it's gonna hurt the Magnus even more.
That is true. Though I have to say, I mean, Fnatic's lineup in general, all three heroes so far are known to be either solo lane, off lane, or mid lane. At least for Batrider and Magnus, and Undying can also offlane and also on a tri lane. So they have a lot of options of laning against Navi right now. And we have got actually a lot of heroes banned out by Navi already. It's the Faceless Void and the Lone Druid, with the Chaos Knight being banned out by Fnatic. What heroes are you expecting Fnatic to go for?
I
Still.
expect them to pick a hero like Tiny or actually CK, but they banned it. Like a hero that doesn't require a BKB for sure, but can still tank and do a lot in team fights because uh with the nerf on Magnus you can no longer BKB with them power. And I do expect them to ban the BKB heroes like Sven and stuff so that Navi can't Wisp CK, Wisp Sven. I'm not sure Wisp Tiny, they can just pick it themselves because they're first pick.
Because they're taking a very long time at banning out a hero for Navi. I'm kind
Yeah.
of curious to see if we're still going to see, for example, Gyrocopter personally. I would like to hear that. And for the people wondering, I did just toggle off my and on my in-game sound. Of course, Dota 2 TV has got a 2 minutes delay, so please let me know in 2 minutes again if that is actually still the case, please. As Sven actually got a ban out, of course we still had that one. And Navi, I mean, they're using this this time that Fnatic takes. I have to say, Fnatic themselves took a long time as well, because they only have 6 seconds left until their bonus time. But
Good
it is
bans.
the Phantom Lancer that actually got banned out. And I have to say that the times that I've seen Phantom Lancer lately have all been on the side of Navi.
Very good bans by well Navi's not gonna pick Wisp into Phantom Lancer, it's not that good a combo. But I like their bans. They banned Lone Druid, they banned Phantom Lancer, two heroes that, like I said, don't require the BKB and can benefit quite heavily from Empower. Syllabur's Bear can benefit from Empower, doesn't need BKB. The Phantom Lancer, Empower works really well on his hero because he has 4 agility gain per level. So late game is gonna give him quite a bit of damage. And he doesn't go BKB usually either.
True, and we have got a Weaver for the last ban out, and Lifestealer, like well, you mentioned the Lifestealer gets picked up by Navi here, so that's probably going to be their trial. And to add to that, we have got a Wisp that can teleport somewhere, so that's already 2 people that can rotate over the map with that are on there. And if you then have a Lifestealer jumping into someone, 3 people can move around the map really quick.
I'm quite worried for Fnatic right now, as they might have got screwed in the pick stage. I'm not sure if they expected the Lone Druid and Phantom Lancer pick. Or do they only have 10 seconds left, or is that not the reserved? Oh, 28-second reserve
28
time.
seconds in reserve time, yeah. So that will, yeah, they are facing a very dangerous lineup right now, but they have got a lot of defining heroes already. They just need their trialing still, assuming that Magnus or Batrider is going to be the off lane and the other one is going to be middle, and then a trial lane with an Undying there. I mean, we already had got a couple of ban-outs, but there's still some good heroes in there that could complete that lineup. And actually, one thing that we haven't even said, where is the Jakiro?
He did get severely nerfed. So I don't know. That might have something to do with it. I haven't played with Jakiro yet, but these guys have. I think they had officials yesterday, right? After the patch. So they had to practice with the Jakiro, whereas I personally don't know much. I still think he's a pretty good hero, though.
Yeah, I mean, I saw him picked up yesterday still. I mean, he didn't have that big of an impact anymore early game. But late game, he made one team fight just go entirely the way of his team purely by a good landed ice path, and we have got a Beastmaster picked up by Na'Vi, so that's going to be their off lane most likely, and it's a tiny. So we have got a toss, a swap. That can be some very long range engagements, and a stun and more stuns to follow up.
I like the picks on Fnatic a lot. The way Navi, their lineup is based on killing one hero, like Beastmaster, Nyx, or these single target heroes. Queen of Pain has a lot of burst damage. Usually you can just kill one hero, Nyx Assassin of course, and Wisp TP's in, tries to pick off a hero. Tiny is very, very tanky, so he's probably one of the best heroes to survive the barrage of spells. Of course, Batrider can save you, Magnus can save you if they're ultis. You can get swapped, Undying can heal you and stuff, so I like Fnatic's lineup. And Tiny does benefit from the Magnus Empower. Probably doesn't need a BKB. He probably won't get a BKB this game. And the Ventral Spirit aura, it's based on your base damage, and Tiny's base damage is not the highest in the game. He's gonna have like 200 damage and a plus 100 damage from Empower, plus like another like 50 damage from Ventral Spirit. So that's gonna be a lot of damage.
That's very true. By the way, Batrider is probably going to be on the offlane, considering he's picked up boots and stuff. Do you think that he is still a viable mid lane now that he cannot attack anymore through his lasso?
Yeah, that's usually Bat can win the lane before the level 6. And when you get level 6, you can just lasso him and someone TP's in and kills him, so I don't think that's that big a deal. I said it does matter a bit, like you can't solo kill anymore, but it's fine. Some guy just TP's in. I'm actually surprised about Fnatic's lanes. I guess it kind of fits their style. They like to, they only aggressive tri-lane when they have Celeber. Otherwise, they just give farm to Arrow. But I feel like with Undying, Tiny, and Ventral Spirit, they could have won top lane. And I think Beastmaster would have got owned by Batrider. Bottom.
True. We've got a lot of trees being cleared out here, by the way, by both Fnatic and Na'Vi. Using the Firefly and the Tether. Looks like we're both gonna have two safe lanes for tri lanes for both Na'Vi and Fnatic. So no aggressive tri lane, unfortunately for me, because I like that. But it's gonna be a tough time for Trixie as well as for Light of Heaven to still get a range of there. But of course, both of those heroes have got their own ways of making sure that they're still gonna be getting something. Of course, Batrider could go in the jungle if he needs to, and I think he'll need to at some point.
I don't think he's gonna be able to go to jungle just because Ventral Spirit's gonna be the one pulling, because he's this dual mid.
That's true, but well, he'll go in the jungle maybe on the dire side because he is there, and I don't think he's gonna be able to do that much on the.
I think he's gonna gank.
Oh, Poppy's already gonna find him though. This might not be good. Also, Arsat coming in from the side. There comes a Tether stun. Is there going to be an Impale or something? There is. And it hits. Also, right clicks to go. Can I do something more? Firefly should be getting away with that. And also get some creeps on the way out. He's just taking the fastest way out of that jungle.
Bottom. I think he's dead.
Ooh, first blood is Beastmaster. Actually, that drops. Wow. That was decays going through, even with the nerf on the decay. Era, Tusk, well, at least the Avalanche only combination. You saw that.
I only saw the middle of it, but I think Light of Heaven got really greedy. He tried to get a creep, probably, with his melee swipe. Usually in the offlane, you just try to get experience. And you go next to the creep wave when the creep's really low HP, so that when it dies, you get experience, and then you run away again. But it seems like he ran in and tried to get a creep because he got stunned by Arrow, and then No Tail and Arrow like both blocked them. So he had to be pretty close because Tiny stun's only 1 second.
On the top lane, Trixie is in a lot of trouble again. There might be another Impale in 3 seconds if Arsat can keep up. Trixie still flying away, is not going to be able to fly over hills and cliffs anymore, and he's going to run right into a forest. Now he has to turn around, and this is going to be another kill. This time going the way of Na'Vi though, and it is Trixie that drops. Creeps actually get the last hit. And now the creeps are fighting in a very awkward position. But hey, let's just continue last sitting in the river rather than on the lane. It works.
I completely disagree with Era's item build. I think he should have bought a Calling Blade before No Tail pulled because he did miss creep kills under his tower.
Okay. Light of Heaven is in the meantime going back. He actually got 2 last hits already.
Already?
Yeah,
he
already.
died for it though.
He died for it. Hey, those last hits are very, very important apparently. And for the people that are wondering, apparently Beyond the Summit stream was offline for a moment, but LD just connected back in, so I think his internet had just dropped away for a second. And there we go. He should be up again in a moment. And he fixed it. That's good. So, mid lane, Dandy of course versus Trixie. 10 last hits up on Dandy with 9 last hits up on JK. Oh, actually, we didn't even go over the heroes who's playing what. Wait a second, before we can do that, Trixie in some trouble. Open wounds up on him on the high ground still. There's one on the high ground, one on the low ground. Here comes a tether. Is it gonna be able to stun? He just flies away. He's gonna be safe. Still lands a sticky napalm because he can. And is gonna be able to get out of there. But just to go over the heroes real quick, we have a Force playing his Life Stealer. It is Arsart on the Nyx Assassin. We already saw Puppy playing his Wisp. In the mid lane, we have Dandy on the Queen of Pain. And on the bottom lane, of course, Light of Heaven on the Beastmaster. And for Fnatic, it's Era on the Tiny, No Tail on the Undying. In the jungle, we'll have Fly playing the Vengeful Spirit. We have got JK or Hani playing the Magnus in the mid lane, with on the top lane, who we already saw also going down. It was Trixie on the long lane solo up against 3 heroes of his opponent team. There we go.
That was a pretty good play by Trixie and a pretty huge play because of the gank, Puppy or Arzart messed up and dragged the opponent's creep wave into the neutrals. So now there's gonna be a huge wave for Trixie to farm. Like if you look at the top wave right now, the creep wave is inside a tower. So the Sentinel creep wave is gonna die, and then Scourge creep wave is gonna push into the tower. And Trixie's gonna be able to farm it. I don't think they're gonna be able to push the tower because he's just gonna Firefly the tower.
No,
so he's gonna get free experience.
It will be pushing out very heavily. Though having said that, Trixie's actually nowhere on his lane. He just stacked a creep camp in the forest and is gonna farm those instead. But he'll probably be going back top hopefully soon for him.
I think that's a misplay.
Ooh, Dandy. He tried to go for someone, blinks himself out before he can get Fly, but Fly still taking down from that. Oh, he might actually die. No, there's the self. Should be able to stay alive. Not adaptive strike, shadow strike rather.
Actually, it seems like he's timing it really well. He's gonna be able to get experience top. Navi's trying to pull like hardcore with the 2 camps. It's the thing of Scourge is that you can pull 2 camps, and Sentinel you can only pull 1 camp.
And they're actually 3 heroes now on the top lane for Na'Vi, actually on the lane rather than trying to take down neutrals that are actually no longer there. But they might try to push the tower slightly. We have a TP in from Trixie, so he is indeed here to get a start on that experience. And they open up on him. Open wounds first. There comes the tether stun. Is there going to be an impale? Not even needed. And of course picks up the last hit.
It really sucks. Trixie got greedy. He TP'd in like a few seconds too late. If he TP'd just a little bit earlier, he would have been able to defend that tower and not die. But he TP'd in, he got greedy, he tried to hit the crit wave. Because when you hit it, you can drag the crit wave away, and then the tower survives. But because of that hit, he paid for his life. Now he's still gonna lose the tower.
Yeah, lose the tower, lose the creep wave, no experience for him. He actually cannot TP either, because he doesn't have any gold anymore. And he's just having to fly his way back. And the tower has already been dropped, and of course actually picking up the last hit for that tower as well. So he is doing amazingly well on the gold, not just for last hits, because of course he's also on top of that one. He's 41 for 8, but now also with the tower gold. And it's Era that's trying to farm up as good as he can on the Tiny, and he's up 35 for 14. So he's not doing bad, but it's still a force that is higher than him right now.
Yep. I think Fnatic needs to ward the agents, or they should have done it earlier.
Oh, Trixie again, open wounds. There comes the impale. No chance again. That is the 3rd time he went down, and this time it's Arsart picking up the kill. And I mean, yeah, Light of Heaven gave away first blood. He died once, but since then he's been stacking ancients that, by the way, are not blocked, so he can just do what he wants there. But already 3 kills going to the top lane for Na'Vi. Gonna have some big impact.
It is. The Wisp gonna be level 6 way earlier than expected, and with that, they might be able to kill Era. Beastmaster's gonna hit level 6 after the Ancient stacks, and with Wisp TP and the War, they might be able to pick him off repeatedly.
Yeah, we're gonna see it because well, those ancient stacks, he's been doing quite nice. I think he's gonna wait for Soul Ring maybe to try and start it because, well, he's level 2. He needs a bit more levels before he can do that. But so far, I mean, Fnatic, they have been able to keep the lane in their court very nicely. I don't think it's ever pushed towards the tower of Na'Vi, so a lot of Heaven really being starved of experience right now.
Well, yeah, but I think he's gonna be okay. He's gonna catch up with the Ancient stacks as long as Fnatic doesn't steal it. And right now, I don't think they're gonna be able to steal it.
That is true. They don't really have positioning for it, nor the lineup, to be fair. At the same time, I'm wondering if Fnatic has got to fix their voice over IP program, and they're sponsored by Raid Call. Is this a really good idea to say that out loud? Oh.
I'm actually quite surprised about what Navi is doing right now. If you look at the top lane, like look at where Arzar is, he's hitting the neutral camp. He's trying to stack it, I think, but he really should have stacked it and pulled it into the creep wave in order to get the creep wave back to their tower. Because right now Trixie's gonna farm the creep wave at his tower, and he's gonna be perfectly safe. Whereas if he pulled that creep wave into the neutrals, then Trixie will only get that one wave, and then he would be screwed again.
Yeah, because right now, I mean, both Puppey and Arsart are actually stacking, but yeah, they're still letting one creep wave go through, and that will be a bit more for Trixie coming his way, and he might even get level 5 with those 2 waves that he's gonna have still, and even get some last hits because everybody left the lane, so he's by himself, and finally getting some good time for him. So in a way, the tower going down for him, even though he himself going down might not be that good, but the tower dropping is actually making it possible for him to get some more experience than he otherwise would not have had.
Now Puppey is doing the right move. He's pulling the wave back by by pulling.
Yeah, that is 2 stacks, so it will be entirely denied. As we see that Vengeful Spirit as well as Hani are looking for something because they have got that level 6. They have got the reverse polarity. Then you can of course blink away, but it's actually Fly is already backing out also. But they might be able to try something. There is of course a ward here for the dire side to scout it out. Dendi is now going to find if he can find a easy kill in the form of a Vengeful Spirit.
Oh, he might be able to steal a stack if he uses everything on it.
He's not gonna try. He placed the ward. Very aggressive. He just walks back past the tower. It's okay. Fly will get the double damage rune. That's gonna be nice for him. As we do have Vengeful Spirit just placing a ward as well. Gonna see if they can find out Light of Heaven again, because they are looking to push. Because this is not accidental pushing, I would say.
Definitely not. They're pushing with the next wagon. Oh, Trixie dies again.
Trixie dies again. Why am I not that surprised? It's actually, Puppey didn't even help out here, so this was just an open wound and an impale. And that's the 4th time. I mean, all 4 kills on Na'Vi side are all on Trixie. That is quite painful. Though I can also say that all kills for Fnatic are on Light of Heaven, but they only got 1.
Yeah. Well, the push actually did fail, but Fnatic's a really calculated team. You can push at 3 minutes with the wagon by single pulling and then double waves and stuff, and you can also do it at 7 minutes, which is exactly what they did, or they tried to do, but they weren't able to push anyway.
No, Beastmaster with his access standing at the ready also. He actually got some experience from that. He got level 3, so he's not too sad about that. And the lane will be pushed again, so I'm curious to see if Fly and No-Tail are gonna be joining him on the lane again, or if they're waiting to see if someone comes around to defend. Actually, Light of Heaven might be making a ballsy move here, or at least stepping forward slightly. He's gonna be in range of some experience as it comes, I would guess. He doesn't have any wards for himself here, so he has no vision of the jungle. And he's actually not gonna risk it.
Well, he has a hawk, so he's gonna feed it.
Yep. 30 gold for Fly.
He's only missing 170 gold from his Soul Ring, and once he gets that Soul Ring, he's gonna be able to start killing those Asian stacks.
In the meantime, it will be Magnus who's actually leaving his lane slightly to, well, he was aiming to clear some of the neutrals, but he actually landed a shockwave into nothingness because there were no creeps around. That was quite sad. That was, of course, Trixie's doing, I would believe, because he's been trying to get some more action in the jungle. As we do see some rotation, it is now the typical farming of a Vorst and Puppy together. It will just be those two farming together for the rest of the duration, and we actually see Arsart with level 6 moving towards the bottom lane.
That's huge. Wiss is level 6 as well, so Arzar's just gonna find someone with invisibility, and then they're just gonna TP in and kill that person and run away.
Yeah, and I would say that Fly is actually looking pretty good for that one. He's level 4 still, and by himself, relatively.
Bottom. Oh, sentry wards. Very nice sentry wards.
Nice. They see him coming, and they back off.
Let's see
and
if
they
they
realize
TP in
Fly,
and kill him
sentry
instead.
ward there. Are they gonna go on this? Now he knows, though. Now he knows. The neutrals attacked him. And he runs away as fast as he can. Smart choice.
Middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, but they need to send many people middle, because if they only send 1 or 2, then Wiss is gonna TP in. It's gonna be 4-on-1 or 4-on-2, and I don't think they should lose that tower right now.
So they're gonna have the Undying here middle soon as well. Impale will slow down the creep wave, but here comes No Tail.
It's gonna be a 5-man middle strategy. Navi's gonna put 5 people middle. Like right now, it's a really good play by Navi. They're split pushing. They're pushing top, but then when they come to defend top, they're just gonna TP middle. And if they defend middle, then they're just gonna keep pushing top.
Yeah, it's either you're gonna lose one of these towers. You can decide which one. It's actually Navi backing off on both sides right now, with the Light of Heaven also going back. He's of course still level 3, so he is not going to be that big of a help. But we do have one tower at 144 HP, so the next push will take it down, and the other one also a bit below 500 HP left. So that is really nothing that much. While their own towers, only the bottom tower has been slightly pushed. The rest has almost not been touched.
Arzar's doing it again. Invis. Find someone and kill him.
Oh, hello, No Tail. It's gonna be Impale, and here comes the TP. Are they gonna be in time, or is he already dead? It's actually a Vorst that still gets the tower, or gets the kill, and he also gets the 110 gold that is for free with the tombstone being placed. Well, that was a nice calculated kill, and he actually leaves Vorst alone, with Puppy only teleporting back. He actually has his armlet ready now as well, as Dandy forces Honey to scoot away from that location. It's gonna be a tower that's gonna drop. I mean, no doubt about that one. And again, of course, picking up the gold, 2,300 gold up on him, and you see him on the net worth. It spikes up ahead so fast. He is 2.5k ahead of the highest farmer of Fnatic, which is still Era, who's trying to farm some on the bottom lane.
Navi's lineup is really good in the early game, and if they get an early advantage, which they do have, then they're just gonna keep snowballing. Once Wiss hits 6, once Beastmaster hits 6, once Nax his armlet and treads, I mean, these heroes just scale better into the early game, mid game, than Fnatic. Fnatic needs to wait for the eggs, and even a little bit more on the Tiny before he can do anything. They need to wait for the Empower plus Tiny combo, so the Mag needs to be level like 12, 13, 14 in order for that to happen. They're not gonna do anything for a while. They need to wait for the Blink Dagger on Trixie, and since he was off lane, it's gonna take quite a bit of time. I don't expect Fnatic to stage a comeback till the 20-minute mark, unless Navi dives towers.
Yeah, and for now Navi seems really calculated. I mean, no, nice Arsart finding the courier there. That's a really good pickup, and I do think it was after the courier bought his item, because the Vendetta was used for that. So I would reckon that Arsart actually waited for that to happen.
Yep.
We can see at the moment it comes up again which item he would have had. Dundee actually in the meantime, invisibility.
He might be a solo kill. The Canny.
Hello, Dundee. Bye. With 3 heroes around there, with even a lasso around there, it's just BAM! You're dead. No questions asked. It's like Sonic Wave's dream. That was a bit unfortunate, with Hani being the target there. And I have to say, I mean, we've seen Navi fight in the last couple of days. A lot of matches where, for example, yesterday, it was team fights all around. They were very kill oriented. And right now it seems so calculated, like every single step, that I'm impressed. And they're actually what's Arsat gonna plan for, you reckon?
What's Arsat gonna buy? Well, wait, they're gonna gank top, and right now No Tail's baiting it. If they TPN, it's gonna go the other way maybe.
Yeah, here they go. Reverse polarity is zone 3 though. That's to be expected. Scooter away. Here comes Trixie looking for Lasso. Finds a Boris, gets him as well. Arsat already down to him dying. And it's gonna be a Force that's taking so much damage, and it's Era that picks him off. with the only one staying alive is Poppy, who of course TP'd back, but that was a great bait, and there were 5 heroes there waiting for that to happen.
Yeah, very smart play by Fnatic. What were you saying before?
Radiant's middle tower
No, what Arsar was planning, because he was standing there for a very long time at the place where he was standing and waiting.
Well, yeah, well, it seemed he was planning to jump in, killed whoever was gonna TP and farm there, which happened to be Hani, and then was gonna TP in and they're gonna pick off one hero, but Fnatic knew what Arzar was planning, so they didn't even have a ward there, so they just knew.
Yeah.
And
Very
then
nice, and I have to say, I mean, reverse polarity, yes, it got a nerf, you're stunned for a less period of time, but it was still enough for them to pick off who they wanted to. I'm quite surprised they didn't focus on Poppy first, because then they would have had all 3 heroes dead, I believe. But still good catch.
Yeah, it's really hard to plan these focusing things unless you're Chinese, when like in situations like that.
We do have the tier 1 tower top being traded for tier 1 tower bottom though for both teams, so that is even once again, or at least those 2 towers are even, because of course there's still a tower in favor for Na'Vi. 2 towers actually. And we're seeing Arsar, he has his Vendetta again, he's gonna look for something. They're actually gonna TP top, and they will find someone who just TP'd out. Was Trixie, I guess, yes it was. No can do. And then the invisibility rune again, lucky. Oh, look at what the Radiance Courier was carrying! He was carrying the Aghanims!
Wow, that slowed down his farm quite a bit.
Quite a bit, I know. But he will have it, he will have his entire Aghanim, so that will mean a big impact on the fights already. Even though we haven't really seen that many real 5-on-5 fights. It's been ganks and successful counter ganks from Fnatic so far. But right now, maybe they'll be going for 5-man fights. They have got the reverse polarity here already. They've got Hani with the blink dagger, so initiation is there as well. They've got a lasso. They've got everything up basically.
And Navi's heroes aren't as oriented for team fighting as Fnatic's are. So I think Navi should have pushed top faster, because they could have went for a tower trade. They could have got the top tower and just lost the bottom tower. But now they're in no position to trade, so they have to try to defend. Navi, Dendi does have a BKB though.
That's gonna be yeah, of course, and a Desolator as well. Yes,
and they do have a mech as well. That's really important because Fnatic has no mech.
Where's the mechanism?
Wisp. It's gonna have its in chickens delivering.
Okay.
Oh, he needs to press.
Buckler, so
he needs to speed burst the chicken. It's really important. He needs to speed burst the courier right now.
Run, courier. Well, it's too late to fight anyway. The tier 1 tower already dead. They're actually gonna defend their tier 2 bottom, middle rather. And now that courier gets the speed burst, but that's indeed mechanism ready. Desolator up on Vorst with the BKB up on Dendi, and they're gonna try to go for Roshan by the looks of it. They also have a roar, with Beastmaster actually starting to go for his Aghanims. And no wards here for Fnatic, so they don't realize yet what's going on, but they will realize soon enough as people are missing from the map, of course.
They have the Flame Break, and they do have the Wave of Terror, so they should be able to scout this fairly easily.
Yeah, there comes a Flame Break, and Na'Vi backs off. And there will be a fight over this. Fnatic will either take Roshan and just force him to fight. What do you think of the way that Roshan looks right now?
He looks pretty imbalanced, and the way he like fights, he eats you, and he like covers your hero, so you can't click on the hero sometimes. It's really annoying. I can't see the heroes when I'm fighting near the Roche pit.
He's like a big evil. I don't know. I don't think he can close his mouth. Like at all.
I don't know.
Because it wouldn't cover his, I mean so the top part of his mouth wouldn't cover his entire beak. That is. But yeah, Fnatic will hang around here as long as Na'Vi is still thinking about going for Roshan, and Na'Vi also. I mean, they're backing off a bit more than Fnatic is right now, but they don't want to give it away. But they are the ones that have a ward here, so they are able to see when what's going on. They will keep track on that. As for now, their own wards. The own wards of wait a second. Here comes open wounds up on Era as well as a roar, and that is a nice swap to try and help him out with Vengeful Spirit giving her life for that one. Tombstone already been taken down. There goes the reverse polarity. Hits on 3. Shockwave, avalanche, toss. 3 heroes dead already. Can they get more before still able to eat something up? Jumps himself into a creep. Will be able to stay alive. 3 for 3. with Era staying alive as well as No-Tail, and on the other side it was Dendy together with the Force staying alive. I cannot believe that was an even trade.
I think that trade was very, very good for Navi, because now the mag ult's gonna be down. They're gonna be able to take the Roshan once Era 1 revives, and I think Era misplayed that quite severely. There was a miscommunication. Honey jumped in and Era ran away at the same time, and if Era followed up properly, they would have got the next kill, and they would have got the tower, and then maybe Navi couldn't get the Roshan, but now if they go for it right away, I think they're gonna be able to get it. I'm not sure though. Havos isn't healing, so he doesn't have much XP. But I mean, he's gonna get tranquil boots and mech'd by Puppy.
Yeah, and he will be eating some creeps in the meantime while he does it. But yeah, I mean, that was the perfect setup that you could ask for Fnatic. They had 3 on their reverse polarity, and it was actually oh, here they come. It was actually Dendy was in there, I believe, Beastmaster as well as Lifestealer. Maybe not Dendy, but at least so many heroes. It was. Nah, I can't believe they actually traded for 3 there. They will be stopping with this Roshan attempt, as they do see some people from the high ground. Fnatic, of course, does not want to give this away, even though they don't have that reverse polarity. They still want to take this No-Tail, though. That's gonna be a kill. Lasso up on a Force, up onto the high ground with you. Open wounds up on him still. Can he chase it down? He cannot. We can, rather, because at least the Trixie goes down. Can they find more Blink after JK? He's going to be able to skewer himself away. Buyback from Trixie right now as Na'Vi backs off, going for Roshan again.
So they trade a buyback and 1 kill for the chance of fighting for Roshan, because now they do have the reverse polarity again. I'm not sure if that was a good trade or not, but I mean, it's okay.
I think we're going to see it. We have full mana up on Era still. And like you said, reverse polarity is up with the Blink initiation. If they have a good initiation, which for now, I mean, look at Navi's positioning. They're not going to let that happen. There comes an Impale up on Era. Axis flying through. Dendy jumping in. Sonic Wave. There comes a Flame Break also. There goes the reverse polarity. It's on 2. Mechanism keeps it for life. Skewer still to the high ground. That's the age is gone already. Roar going off on Era again. Can they get him? A nice swap still, but open wound still hits. And that's still gonna be a kill. Spirits from Puppy finishing him off. No-Tail trying to go for Light of Heaven. We'll be able to get it with Tombstone helping out as well. Dendy's still alive as well, as now No-Tail is gonna be trying to get himself out of that location. He is being pretty harassed here though, with the Thunderstorm going down as well, as Pavor still able to pick up the Vengeful Spirit on dying drops. Era back in this. He bought back also Thunderstorm with help of the Boar. Can they get him? He does still have a toss, but no avalanche anymore. Then he still has a blink. Can use it. Here also comes Arsart, needs that stun, has got the Impale if he wants to. Era trying to get himself out. There goes the Feather, and that's gonna be a kill again. And he just bought back, and that is gonna be a team wipe. And then some on the side of Fnatic.
Freaking Viper Pig. He should, the boar.
The Boar, yeah. The Boar was MVP there, I have to say.
He should just killed it, like. Oh, had he just... He could have killed Puppy had he just stunned Puppy, which he did, and then tossed the boar into Puppy, and then he would have killed the boar as well.
Yeah, the slow helped Arsart getting there, the boar helped the Tether from Puppy landing properly, so that the Tether stun could go off without putting himself at risk, and making him come closer in range of that Tiny for that toss. But he couldn't do anything. No avalanche, nothing in range for a toss. And Navi, I mean, they already got Roshan, of course, at the start of the fight, but then also afterwards, a team wipe with the buyback, and then killing off Era again, which happened to be the hardest carry on the side of Fnatic.
2 buybacks.
2 buybacks, yeah, of course, because of course Trixie still bought back at the start of the fight to actually be able to do that fight. Well, that buyback didn't really work out as intended, I would say.
It was No-Tail, but yeah, they lost. Wait, did Trixie buy back as well? That's 3 then.
No-Tail didn't buy back.
No-Tail, no, he died initially, remember? And then... Oh, did he buy back or did he just revive? Oh, I think he just revived. Yeah, you're right.
He just revived. Because it was Trixie that bought back so that they could fight again. With the reverse polarity. Which still, I mean, it was nice, but it only hit on 2. It was really, I mean, Na'Vi saw it coming. Their positioning was just perfect, and they baited it out, and successfully so.
Yeah, there was a miscommunication there again. Era was running away and Hani jumped in. But I think that time, Era was correct, and he should have ran away. But instead he ran back in a little bit and he got picked off.
Yep, and then he got picked off again. Looks like they still want to try again though. They still have a reverse polarity, or again they have a reverse polarity with a blink. They've smoked up. We're gonna have 5 heroes of Na'Vi also in this middle lane. Will be a 5 versus 5 fight as Well, actually, Fnatic decided, you know, guys, let's just go to our base and defend from there on out.
Radiant's
They're gonna try
bottom
back
tower
doors.
is under
Alright.
attack.
I wonder if he's gonna be able to do it.
Well,
Hmm.
yeah, he
Okay.
gets it.
Radiant's top
I was already
tower
very
has
low to
fallen.
begin with, of course, as well, we only have one tier 2 tower left standing on the side of Fnatic with actually Na'Vi. I mean, they only have 2 towers down on their own side, so only 2 tier 1s down. So far doing very good. I'm just going to check out graphs for a second because we haven't really done that, or I haven't really done that. It's 14k gold in favor of Na'Vi, with being even for a very long time, or at least at 6k, 7k, but with that team fight just dropping down. Experience graph, same story. Big drop, of course, after last team fight, going towards a 20k in favor of Na'Vi, who is now going to try to take down the last tower standing on Fnatic before having to go into that tier 3 towers, which is going to be really difficult, I think.
Yeah. But Fnatic's not gonna defend this tower. I hate defending this tower. The Radiant's second tier 2 tower bottom, it just so hard to defend because you have to run up a hill. It's like a small choke point you have to run up in order to defend it. Whereas a Scourge, if you look at the top side, yes, you have to run up a hill as well, but the hill's so far away from the tower, and also the hill is such a big area. I really don't like the design in the Radiant's bottom tower, so they're just gonna give it up.
Yep. Well, defending for their own base is a bit easier. It's also a very good way for to initiate, or a very good position to initiate for for reverse polarity. So pushing into those tier 3s is going to be something that Na'Vi cannot do just yet before really taking a fight outside of the base of Fnatic. The question is Fnatic going to let that happen?
I like this blink dagger pickup by Arzart. He might be able to blink in and like mana burn the mag, stun the mag, like just annoy the mag so the mag isn't able to blink reverse polarity. If you just keep canceling his blink dagger, it's not gonna be able to do much.
We actually have a Gem of Truth set up on the JK to see if that Vendetta guy is gonna be around there. Or sort that is.
Right now, Fnatic like they need to farm. I think their team fight with better items is better, but right now they don't have better items. They're really behind. Like they're down 16k and going and stuff, and they have to farm S5 because if they don't, then they're just gonna get Vendetta. They're just gonna get what's ultied. So they're pretty stuck right now.
Oh, Trixie, that is so sad. He just dropped like a fly right there, and that's a skewer away and blink away because JK does not want to be there anymore. I don't blame him. As we actually also have a heart up on the lifestealer, and they're gonna TP somewhere, seeing if there's someone there, but they don't find anybody because there's nobody there.
That was really weird because they actually had vision of where they were running. They have a ward there, so they should have seen what was happening. And I was wondering why Puppy didn't TP in the first place because he had it up the whole time. He could have just TP'd way earlier.
Well, I don't know because it covers the whole side also, so that's indeed a bit awkward. But maybe he thought he blinked towards the trees. That could of course be it. That JK was still standing around there, someone. And Puppy's actually picked up a Sunch, so might be going for a Heaven's Halberd to make sure that he can disable or disarm rather Tiny for a second. Just get rid of his tree. Help out. As the ward is gonna get cancelled with the Gem of True side, of course.
That's gonna be a really big pickup, the Heaven's Halberd, because like I said earlier, that what Fnatic needed as a carrier was a hero that doesn't need to go BKB, so he can benefit from the Empower. But if he doesn't have the BKBs, he's gonna get Heaven's Halberd.
Yeah, it's gonna be having an impact. We have actually an MKB also up on Dendi, so he's going for full semi-carry build there. As I do think that, I mean, Navi's items, they just have their items, I have to say. I mean, we have got Naganims on the Beast Mouse, so basically every single hero on Navi has got a great item already, a big item, while for Fnatic, for example, we don't have a Blink Dagger yet up on Trixie. Okay, I have to say, he died 8 times.
Yeah. That really sucks.
That
Well,
kinda
I think
sucks.
that buyback really hurt him.
Yeah.
He might have had it by now.
That's he definitely would have had it by now, indeed, if he didn't do that. Because of course he bought back and then he died again, and that doesn't really help your gold flow at all. And of course also the fact that there are so many towers still left standing on that V side. That's normally the place where you get your gold from. If you're a bit behind, then at least you still have that tower gold, but they don't even have that. So That's not going to be it. I do like what they're doing right now. They're just making sure that Navi's map control is just totally gone, or at least gone in regards to wards. As there's no more wards for Navi on the map. The only control that they have is with their towers, and of course with the feel of the game. If they can feel that they can push in, will make Fnatic. I mean, it can work both ways. Because now that Fnatic knows that there's no wards up anymore, will they feel safe in places where they otherwise would not have felt safe, where they will go and get caught out? If that makes sense.
I don't think Fnatic's gonna play that risky. Right now, I just don't think they're just gonna keep farming with Era, and I don't think Trixie's ever gonna get linked there because they have to farm S5, and when you're farming S5, only one of the heroes is going to get that farm usually, and that's going to be Era.
Yeah,
So Trixie's never gonna have it.
I do like what they're doing right now, indeed. They smoked up everybody apart from Era, so if Era is now going to get ganked, for example, by a combination of that Wisp TP, then there will be 5 heroes to take down that duo that's going to come in. So I do like this. Exclamation marks coming out. Oh, actually, the smoke just ran out. Well, that is a shame now, isn't it? That's, well, not a good position for that. Creep wave not coming in, and they don't want to overextend too far, I reckon. As we have got Navi. All 5 also grouping up. Roshan back again in a minute, so they might just want to take that and then going again. As we have an Assault Cuirass ready now also up on a force, because, you know, he can. They're getting so farmed.
Yeah. I wonder what the Fnatic's gonna do to contest this Roshan. They can't fight, but they might be able to delay it by going for the mid tower and then backing off, and then going for mid tower and backing off, so that Navi is like, they have to trade the mid tower for Roshan, but at the same time, the mid tower is pretty damn close to Roshan. And with only level 1 swap, I don't think they're gonna be able to save Era if he gets ward.
Nope, and you know, like you said, if they're gonna go in, I mean, they're running the risk of taking a fight that they don't really want to take, or just really don't want to take. And the other tier 1 towers, of course, already picked up. I'm curious to see. I don't think they're gonna be able to get any tower in return. And regardless, they are already too late because this Roshan is dropping very fast, and of course picking up that Aegis, of course.
Oh, Era, if he sells his Basilius, I think he's gonna have the Cuirass, right? No, he already has the Cuirass. That's a pretty big pickup.
Yep. He already has and the gold graph and the experience graph. I mean, normally after the tier 1 and tier 2 towers are down, you see it slightly evening out again, but not this time. Navi is just keeping the advantage and keeping it coming. Golden experience towards the 25k and even over 25k for the experience in favor of Navi, and they're gonna be making their final stroke soon, or at least that's their intent, as they're all grouping up on the bottom lane. Let's see if they can find an opening. If they can bait something out. Like the reverse polarity.
Top tower is under attack.
I mean, if Fnatic's combination is still very dangerous, if they have reverse polarity that hits properly, with an avalanche and a toss and a tombstone and fires and everything, and even with the wave of terror, of course, helping out as well, that is still gonna be a team fight. Should, in theory, go the way of Fnatic.
I was gonna say I really like Navi's choice of pushing bottom instead of mid because they can hide the Hawk in the bottom portion of the map because there's trees there. But Light of Heaven isn't sending his Hawk there. He's sending his Hawk in the opposite direction. I think it died. I mean...
Yeah, I was gonna say, because I don't see it.
Yeah, pushing bottom is really smart. They shouldn't push mid. There's a big forest there. If they just put the Hawk there, they might be able to blink in and pick off the Magnus before he ultis.
And they actually, they can't find an opening.
They can push... I think they should just push bottom and Hawk. I mean, they can do this as well though. Like, Fnatic isn't really farming much.
Oh, he's just gonna go in. Trixie's gonna be target number 1, already going down. Tombstone up, Tombstone down. That was that. Now gonna be the tier 3 tower, gonna be the target. Fnatic, no tilt, trying to do what he can. The case going through. Where is that reverse polarity? Buyback from Trixie again, so no blink dagger for him just yet. Open wound, toss. There's also a last 2 of force. Drag back into enemy territory, way far. Roar up on Era though. He just goes to work on him. Nice swap steal, but Fly will pay for that one. Reverse polarity hits on 2. Skewer away. Then he getting a mega kill with killing off Tiny Steel. Trixie still trying to get away. Gets picked up for the 2nd time. And that is the GG. Well played, Cold, as every single hero of Fnatic has died. With even a buyback for no-till because he can. But that is game number 1 of a best out of 3. Very strong performance from Navi, I have to say.
Yeah. lot of miscommunication from Fnatic. Pretty surprising from a team that's been together for years.
Yeah, maybe that's I don't know.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
The stress. Well, I can't say it's the stress from being on LAN because, like you already said at the start, they've been on LAN for a lot of time.
I think they've only lost 2 LANs in their entire life, and they've been to like 20.
Yeah, that's quite insane. That is quite insane. Anyway, this was only game number 1, so we're gonna see a game number 2 between Na'Vi and Fnatic. This is the first game of the StarLadder finals of Season 4. This is the first game in the winners bracket, so the person that loses this best out of 3 will be dropped down to the losers bracket, which will be played tomorrow against the loser of the next best out of 3, which is going to happen at 7 CET time, or 1900 CET time rather, between Empire and Virtus Pro. But first, game number 2 of Fnatic vs Na'Vi coming up right next after this game. Stick around.
Are you gonna play commercials?
Yes.
I actually want to wrap up the game in the start of the next game. It was pretty. The way this game